Hello, I'm Committeeman Joe Florio. I'm running for re-election for the Township Committee, where I've proudly served the past 27 years. I've been a resident of Union for over 50 years, and I'm a retired information technology executive from UPS. I've also been inducted into the Hall of Fame by the New Jersey League of Municipalities in recognition of my service. Through the years on the Township Committee, where I served as mayor 3 times, I am proud of the accomplishments that my colleagues and I have been able to implement. While on the committee, I assisted in the planning of the new senior center, which continues to provide a wide variety of services for our elderly residents. I was also involved with the opening of our train station, which gave our residents easy access to New York City and has greatly enhanced property values. I have working hard to bring Fortune 500 companies to the Township of Union, such as Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, and many other businesses. These efforts, which have created thousands of jobs, many for Union residents, have added valuable revenues to our tax base. I've also and always been an advocate for youth activity. We have worked with developers who were building in our community to invest in our youth. This has resulted in new field houses being built at Hickory Manor and Hall Stadium Little League fields. When we saw the demand for the buildup of sports like soccer and football, we invested and built new turf fields at Volunteer and Collins Park. Our most recent addition is a large sports complex at Rapkin Field, which will support football, baseball, and soccer. We have made and continuing to make major infrastructure improvements which have elevated new streetscapes in Union Center along with Springfield Avenue in Vauxhall. By adding new lights, sidewalks, benches, and paving, these investments have encouraged developers to come to Union and build high luxury apartments, which are in high demand. The energy throughout our downtown center is alive and well as our special improvement district works to promote our small businesses. Our energy, our investments, and how we embrace diversity drives people to want to relocate here to Union. We've always invested wisely in public safety, from our state-of-the-art communications, infrared cameras, automatic CPR devices, and advanced training for our firefighters and police. Safety has and will always be a trademark issue for me. Union is on an excellent financial footing, having obtained a AA+ rating, which is rare among municipalities of our size. This demonstrates the excellent financial practices that we have implemented and continue to practice today. As always, and especially today, strong leadership and experience is required. I ask you for your support on November 7th to vote for Joe Florio. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Cohan, and I'm a candidate for the Board of Education in Union. 46 years ago, my wife Melinda Zito and I moved to Union right after I began teaching at Union High School. I also worked at Quamie Middle School and was the coordinator of staff development and mentoring during my 30-year career in the district. I then began a second career as the Director of Professional Development and Instructional Issues at the New Jersey Education Association. In that role, I worked with my staff to analyze emerging research in effective education and use that learning to build our supports for educators throughout New Jersey. Throughout my career, I always sought to learn as much as I could to ensure that I could passionately advocate for effective classroom instruction, both at the school district and at the State Department of Education and the legislature. I also led several boards and task forces at the state level focused on educational improvement. I was an original member and the chair of the Professional Teaching Standards Board, and I co-chaired the Commissioner's Teaching and Learning Task Force. I also co-chaired the Collaborative Professional Development Partnership, working with representatives of the State Department of Education, New Jersey School Boards Association, administrators and principals, and the state PTA. Now that I'm retired, I'm ready to come home and use everything I've learned to support Union students and families again as a member of the Board of Education. Based on my learning and experience, I'm passionate about effective education and helping students to learn what they'll need to leave Union High School ready for the next step in their young lives. Whether that is college or entry into a job or trade, every student in our town deserves to get the best from us so they'll be ready for life's challenges. Our schools are at the center of Union's community effort to teach children about the world and grow their skills in understanding that world, whether that is building reading or math skills, an understanding of science and history, or building their creative skills in music and the arts. It is our collective responsibility to provide for their learning through our public schools. As a board member, I will work to ensure that we assess all our instructional programs so that they are bringing the best instruction to students at every grade level and in every discipline. Through a careful analysis of our budget, I want to make sure that we provide all the resources our district staff needs so that they can get the job done. We need to understand the needs of classroom practitioners to do that well by reaching out to staff to get their insight. I pledge to remember the wisdom of classroom professionals when making important policy decisions. Another area of critical importance to me is effective leadership. I hope that my board colleagues will agree to ask our district administrators and principals to lead with creativity, empathy, and understanding as they work to achieve the goals set by the district and the staff. This November, please support my running mates and me. Vote column 1, Cohan, Conte-Mackey, and McDowell.
Hi, I'm Elsie Conte-Mackey, and I am running for a seat on the Township of Union Board of Education. This journey all first started with my husband, James, and me beginning to raise a family in Harlem in New York City. My first pregnancy was difficult, but I was blessed to give birth to twin boys, James Jr. and Julian. As my boys were growing up, I realized Julian began to lag behind James Jr. on his developmental milestones. Doctor after doctor, we came to the conclusion and realization that Julian had autism. Years later, James and I thought it was time for a new place to call home. We wanted a place that was diverse, inclusive, and a little quieter for our family of a child with a disability. Union was it. We placed a bid on a home on Clark Place, and when we visited the home, we knew that that was it. Union was for us. After a year of moving here, my youngest Jace was born. While I saw James Jr. and Jace thrive educationally, Julian's journey hasn't been easy with the school district. But I believe because of Julian, I became a better mother and a better advocate. I went to Board of Education meetings to hold our leaders accountable. I created the Union Children and Families with Disabilities Community Network Facebook group. I co-founded and chaired Union Special Education Parent Advisory Group, CPAG. I was appointed by our former mayor, Michelle Dellisworth, to the chair of the Township of Union's Disabilities and Mental Health Committee. As Julian grew older and taller than me, we needed more than just parents and educators engaged with the community of children with disabilities. I partnered with the Union Police Department to develop a special needs ID card program, equipping first responders with important information so that they can better interact and help individuals with disabilities. So much has been done since my time in Union, but I want to do more for all the children. We need to raise the bar. Our math and education curricula, our reading programs, and our compensatory special education support services. I believe I can help. And as someone who has worked over 24 years in healthcare administration, finance, operation, personnel, most of them at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, caring for others is what I do 24/7. So by November 7th, vote by mail, vote early, vote on election day for column 1, Cohan, Conte-Mackey, and McDowell for the Township of Union Board of Education. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ronnie McDowell. I'm running with Michael Cohan and Elsie Conte-Mackey for the Township of Union Board of Education. I've been a resident of Union and Vauxhall for over 60 years. I was raised here and graduated from Union High School in 1971. My wife Tanya and I raised our children here, with our 2 sons, Casey and Micah, currently attending the high school. I know firsthand what it means to get a union education. It set me up to succeed in college, obtaining a bachelor's in chemistry and a master's in special education from Kean University, and an MBA from Fairleigh Dickinson University. A good education set my path to a long, successful career in the pharmaceutical industry. I worked as a chemist and analytical research scientist with Johnson & Johnson, Novartis, and Pfizer. I even hold 2 patents with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. After 3 decades in the pharmaceutical industry, I wanted to teach and use my education degree. I became a middle school math teacher at the Jersey City Board of Education. I then retired to become a stay-at-home dad. Besides being a deacon for my church, I felt there was more I could do for my community. And with your support, I was elected for 2 terms on the Board of Education. I had the privilege of serving as board president twice in 2017 and 2021. One accomplishment that I am proud of was the introduction and rollout of Chromebooks for every single high school student, an initiative that then expanded to our middle schools. So why am I running for a 3rd term? The state of our children's education changed over the past 3 years. The pandemic disrupted our children's learning, and its effects still linger to this day. That's why it's time to go back to basics. Focus on the 3 pillars of education: reading, writing, and math. Few other things matter if our children lack the fundamentals to succeed in school and beyond. I'm a Union alumnus, I'm a parent, I was a math teacher. I served 6 years on the Board of Education. I think my experience can only help our district and our children. Whether you vote by mail, vote early, or on election day, please make sure you vote by November 7th for column 1, Cohan, Conte Mackey, and McDowell for the Township of Union Board of Education. Thank you.